I think Jason Blaha is the most innocent man in America. Let me explain why. But before I do, ever notice that anytime everybody who makes fun of him or is against Jason, none of them lift, right? And if they do lift, they're either always injured or getting hurt. I mean, it looks something like this. Hey, Derek, you want to know what's really funny about Jason Blaha? No, man. What's that? What's so funny? Well, every time Jason Blaha loads a bullet, it looks like he's about to trim his fingers off. When he goes ahead and pulls the crank, it looks like he's about to pinch his... Oh! Yo, Eddie, are you alright, man? I think I just tore my bicep. Talk about Jason Blaha being the most innocent man in America. We first need to go ahead and address the biggest phone call that everybody always references when talking about how Jason Blaha's a liar. Of course, the phone call I'm talking about is the phone call between Exposed TV and Jason Blaha's father about an alleged tax evasion that has turned out to be 100% false. But I'm about to go ahead. In this video, I'm going to explain the whole thing. So let's roll the clip. So this here is the presentation of detailing the telephone conversation that occurred between Exposed TV and Jason Blaha's father regarding the aforementioned tax evasion circumstance. Now, this here will get a little bit confusing, so feel free to pause or rewind at any point or refer to the multiple copies available online of the original telephone call video. It all starts with Exposed TV posing as a government official from the UK calling his father. This, as it starts off, is a felony punishable by up to 10 years plus in prison. And Exposed TV speaks about a specific case regarding Jason Blaha in which he had a YouTube video, so he's skilled at his crafting, in which he claims to have been a mercenary and that his dad got him the job. Exposed TV, under the guise of being a false government official, asked his father if he knows anything about this case regarding. The first usage of the word case comes in this form, in which he says case number 1 regarding the video evidence, in which Jason Blaha says he is a mercenary. So far, things are pretty straightforward. Things start to get really confusing when Exposed TV extrapolates and imagines these jobs, meaning the jobs that Jason Blaha claims to have, is linked to private security contracts. These private security contracts never existed. Jason Blaha never made a claim to have any private security contracts, and his father never made any claim that Jason had any private security contracts. All Jason said was that he had did mercenary work underneath the Clinton administration. He says these jobs are linked to these private contracts, which in turn link to tax documentation, which is not accessible. So this gets really confusing because we have case number 1 and case number 2. And Exposed TV uses both of those terminologies to confuse both you and his father as well as the audience as to his true intentions. As the first case is regarding Jason Blaha's video-specific claims, and the second case is regarding to the aforementioned tax evasion techniques that Exposed TV has imagined as a figment of his imagination. This is all, if this seems rather circular to you, it's because it is. And it's because Exposed TV is an expert at being a con artist, as well as a liar, as well as somebody who's trying to confuse everybody regarding the subject matter, which is another reason why Jason Blaha's father appeared to be so confused during the telephone conversation. At some point during the telephone conversation, Jason Blaha's father wisened up to the fact that Exposed TV was not who he says he was, and when he immediately started to play dumb, telling him that he worked on compressors and hinges. For those of you who don't know, compressors are related to oil, gas, and liquids, and hinges are related to gates, doors, and lids. So therefore, there is no way possible that Jason Blaha's father was telling the truth. There is no way possible that there were ever any private security contracts that were linked to any tax documentation, and certainly no tax documentation that would be eligible for review by a government official from the UK. That is strictly USA government property that is highly specifically high security. And it would be an example, for example, it would be if I asked you for your tax documentation from something you did 20 years ago, you would never be able to pull it up. Very similar situation over here. There is some misinformation regarding Jason Blaha, and that Exposed TV is a liar and a con artist with a bias and an agenda that he's trying to push. His videos are still out there and still propagating this ill-conceived narrative that Jason Blaha is somehow a liar, and it's constantly the one that's referenced when it's referred to the fact that Jason Blaha is not a mercenary and that he's a total liar, when I think he's not a liar at all.
Hey Eddie, you want to know what's really funny about Jason Blaha?
What's that, man?
It's just really funny that every single time he claims he's a mercenary, but there's no pictures of him being stripped or shredded or muscular when he was younger.
Hey, you're right. If only there were some pictures of Jason Blaha in his prime in which he looked muscular and shredded, then this way we can believe what he's telling us. Oh, wait!
That's a fake picture. That's a fake picture.
Too much proof for you? How about this? Where is the evidence? Where is the proof? Where is the details? Where the ironclad facts that would bring this guy to justice? Where is it? Right? Where are the documentation that he wasn't in the mercenaries? Where is the factual evidence that he wasn't this ripped, shredded, muscular dude who killed other armed men in his line of duty? Where is the evidence? There is no evidence to counter his claim. There is no facts to contradict what he's telling us. It doesn't exist. It never existed. Jason Blaha is telling the truth, and people just can't seem to handle that, and that's really all there is to say. There is no counter evidence. There is no proof to the contrary. And I sit here and wait for anybody to bring a proof. And until you can bring a proof, innocent until proven guilty, Jason Blaha was a mercenary working underneath the Clinton administration, and that's all there is to it. I'll see you guys all later. Hope this video has been informative. Peace.